Have you ever found yourself drawn to a woman who barely seems to notice you now, matter what you try? What if the answer isn't about doing more, but about showing up in a completely different way? Today, we're uncovering the subtle shifts that can transform indifference into genuine curiosity and help her begin to see you from a new perspective. Welcome to Talia Talks Love. In this video, we're exploring how to spark attraction in a woman who doesn't, why she's not interested. Initially show interest in the quiet changes in your energy, confidence, and presence that can completely alter how she perceives you. This is something many men experience but rarely talk about. Attraction isn't always obvious. Just because she seems distant or reserved doesn't mean she's closed off. Often a small shift in how you carry yourself, your mindset, your behavior, your emotional tone can unlock something unexpected within her. If you've ever thought, I don't stand a chance, pause right there. What you're about to learn could reshape the way she sees you entirely. Everyone deserves to feel seen and appreciated, and sometimes the smallest adjustments create the strongest emotional responses. Today, we'll walk through simple, practical ways to turn quiet indifference into real interest. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools, eye contact. Not the slouchy glance or forced stare, but intentional, warm, and emotionally aware eye contact. Here's something most people overlook. Gently focusing on her left eye can create a deeper sense of connection. The goal isn't intensity, the psychology of attraction. It's calm presence, a look that communicates, I notice you. You matter. Words can be misleading, but the eyes tend to reveal authenticity. When your gaze feels genuine and grounded, it leaves a lasting impression. Next, consider something subtle but incredibly impactful, your scent. A carefully chosen fragrance can instantly elevate your presence. Scent is deeply tied to memory and emotion. When she catches a familiar note, it brings her back to moments shared with you. Choose something that aligns with your personality, earthy and warm if you're steady and calm, or something bold with a hint of spice if you carry a more mysterious edge. Think of it as a quiet signature that lingers even after you've left. Now, let's address anxiety and body language. Feeling nervous is natural, especially when she seems uninterested. But tension disrupts attraction. Finding ways to calm yourself, whether through natural supplements like green tea compounds, adaptogens, or simply better sleep, can help you stay centered. Even a short, uplifting conversation with someone who values you can shift your mindset before a date. When you feel grounded, that energy becomes visible and she senses it, often without realizing why. When planning time together, avoid predictable routines. Skip the typical dinner and movie formula. Instead, create experiences. Something playful, spontaneous, or slightly unexpected. Common mistakes men make. Dance class, a scenic drive, an escape, challenge, or a live event can stir emotion. These shared moments amplify connection. When she feels excitement, curiosity, or adrenaline, she may begin associating those emotions with you. It's a powerful psychological effect. During the interaction, let your confidence show naturally, especially in how you treat others. Whether it's a waiter, a bartender, or a stranger, your behavior speaks volumes. True confidence isn't performative. It's reflected in kindness, calmness, and how you carry yourself in everyday moments. These details don't go unnoticed. They quietly build trust and attraction. When it comes to the bill, keep things simple and composed. There's no need for grand gestures or drawing attention. Handle it discreetly and confidently. One effective approach is to take care of it. While she's briefly away, no announcement, no expectation. This communicates initiative, generosity, and quiet self-assurance. When she realizes it's already done, it often leaves a strong impression of maturity and stability. At the end of the day, don't rush. One of the most common mistakes is trying to force a moment too quickly. Instead of pushing for a kiss, allow space. A warm hug, a genuine, I enjoyed this, and leaving a hint of mystery can be far more powerful. When you don't reveal everything at once, you create anticipation. That sense of unfinished connection can stay with her long after you've parted ways. Here's an important truth. Attraction isn't built on clever words or perfectly planned scenarios. It's rooted in who you are, both in her presence and in your own life. Many men, how to change her perception. Fixate on gaining her attention. But real attraction begins internally. It's about growth, not perfection, not status, but consistent self-development. This is where a stoic mindset becomes valuable. It's not about being emotionless. It's about emotional control, staying steady under pressure, focusing on what you can influence, and letting go of what you can't. A man who doesn't chase, panic, or lose himself in rejection becomes intriguing, grounded, different. Start with small habits. Read, train your body, set meaningful goals, spend time in reflection. Reduce distractions that fuel comparison or anxiety. When you're centered, your presence changes and people respond to that. Another powerful dynamic is psychological tension. It's the balance between warmth and distance, attention and restraint. When you're engaged but not overbearing, interested but not desperate, it creates curiosity. She begins to wonder about you, what you're thinking, how you feel. This subtle tension is often what draws someone in. Many men overcompensate by talking too much or trying too hard to impress. But the ones who stand out are comfortable in silence. They listen deeply. They allow their presence to do the work. Speak with intention. Take pauses. Share what genuinely matters to you. Your values, your passions, what drives you. Authenticity delivered calmly is far more compelling than trying to impress. And above all, create a sense of emotional safety. If she hasn't noticed you before, it may be because she didn't feel secure enough to open up. Every small action, listening attentively, building emotional curiosity, staying calm in moments of tension, showing respect helps build that safety. And when she feels safe, she begins to see you differently. Remember, attraction is not about effort. It's about energy. You can send messages, buy gifts, or plan elaborate dates. But if your energy feels needy, it won't resonate. Calm, confident, purposeful. Energy naturally draws people in. You're not persuading her. You're allowing your presence to speak. Mystery, self-control, emotional depth. These are the qualities that create lasting attraction. Let her feel understood, respected, and intrigued. That's where real connection begins. A woman isn't looking for a man who tries the hardest. She's drawn to one whose presence makes her feel secure, appreciated, and alive. So when you encounter a woman who seems uninterested, don't shrink or chase. Stand tall. Smile. Remind yourself quietly, she just hasn't seen who I am. Yet become someone who's impossible to overlook. Not through force, but through a calm, grounded presence. When that meets curiosity, everything can change. So wrap it up. Attraction isn't about trying harder, using perfect lines, or making grand gestures. It's about your energy, your growth, and the quiet confidence you carry. Focus on becoming your best self, creating meaningful moments and making her feel safe and seen. When you do that, you don't pursue. She begins to notice, to think about you, to feel drawn to your presence. Stand tall, stay grounded, trust the process. Be the man who attracts rather than chases, and watch how naturally things begin to shift. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And drop the word magnetic in the comments if this resonated with you. Let's see who's ready to step into that calm, confident energy. Thanks for watching.